All right, folks, today we're going to talk about cleaning up nice and why you can't. There is an unfortunate near 100% correlation between people using the phrase, I clean up real nice, and looking not very cleaned up and not very nice. And I hate to sound like a hater, but let's get into it. This all comes down to mindset. Let's use an example first of decorating your home. If you put in upfront investment and effort and thought into curating a collection of furniture that's cohesive, that all fits together and creates a vibe or aesthetic that you're shooting for, and on top of that, put thought, deliberate effort into using the space well, into the placement, design, and orchestration and layout of the space, that all comes together to be even greater than the sum of its parts and to create a home that you're proud of, that you're proud to show to your guests, and that looks like it's something straight out of a magazine. So when life happens, as it inevitably does, and everything gets a little bit messy over time, and let's say you have a looming dinner date with some friends and whatever, you're gonna have guests over. You put in some effort to clean it up. You tidy up the place, put everything back to where it belongs. You scrub down the surfaces, whatever. And by the time your guests come over, they are blown away by how beautiful your home is. And that's not because of what you've done to clean it up in the last 24 hours, but more so it's the fruits of your labor initially when you designed and set up the space. Now let's take a similar example. Let's say the same space, but rather than deliberately furnishing it, you've just thrown together a hodgepodge of IKEA furniture that you've brought with you from your last few apartments. Now, you have guests coming over, you can clean it up, yes, but that effort will not go nearly as far because your foundation that you've built from the beginning is what determines the ceiling of your efforts. So you might clean it up, you might put everything away, you'll vacuumed, wiped everything down, and you're still gonna have a great time with your friends, no doubt. But you probably won't get the same appreciation that you would have for your space in the previous example that was very deliberately furnished and decorated and designed. Now that same thing applies to your style and your outfits. Let's use the example of, say, my clients who they have put in effort up front to create a wardrobe full of many outfits that are authentic, that convey their personality and their poise and their polish, and are all tailored to fit them perfectly. Because of that upfront effort, even if my client has fallen into a slump, or even if, forget slump, maybe he just actually spends most of his time in a ratty t-shirt and sweatpants, when it's time to put on a show, to put his best foot forward, he can show up and look incredible, like something right out of GQ, because of the upfront effort he put in, not because of the effort he put in that morning to get dressed. It's all about the foundation that you've built ahead of time. That's what determines your success. Conversely, you look at these people who have this clean up mindset. They haven't put in the time to build a powerful wardrobe or even an outfit before the event was looming. They just at the last second piece it together with either what's at the bottom of their drawer, with some dress pants they haven't worn in like 6 months, or they go out and do some hasty last second shopping. But whatever the case, no matter how hard they try to clean it up for this event, their fate was already sealed long ago by not having really done a great job of building a strong foundation. In fact, I actually liken it very much to fighting. It's like no matter how hard you fight on the night of your competition, your fight was already won or lost in the training camp. If you didn't do the training camp, your best on the night of the fight will not be enough, and it'll show that you didn't have that training camp. So this is sort of a different way of approaching your style and your wardrobe, but it's something that I would implore every man to think about, because there are a lot of guys out there who are very hardworking and successful, but maybe their job doesn't require them to be client facing, so they don't really think about their image and their personal presentation to that same degree. But a lot of these guys, I mean, to all of them, everyone deserves to be able to look their best and to shine when when the occasion does call for them to put their best foot forward. So I would implore everyone to think about this, to make that consideration, and to put a little bit of effort and investment into doing exactly that. So I would love to hear in your comments what you think about this, whether you're someone who has put in effort to build your wardrobe, or if you just try to clean up nice at the last second, whether you agree or disagree with this idea. But in any case, mull it over and let me